What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Doddsy, and this is your sports show for Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. Hump day. Let's go. This is all brought to you by Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto. East end of Adams. You can't miss it. It's on the Union Highway on the right-hand side. Go see JB and the boys. It's about that time of year where you're going to need to get snow tires put on. Go talk to JB and the boys. They're all certified automotive technicians, and they're local. It's been there for over 60 years. It can't be beat. Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto. Today on the show, not a lot of jibber-jabber. I mean, EOU Womens Soccer plays today at Whitman, and they picked up a middle-of-the-week game. A D3 school. Let's go, mount up. This weekend is a bye week for football. EOU Volleyball has home games on Friday and Saturday. They play Walla Walla, and then they play Lewis and Clark State. I do believe the times are 7 p.m. and then 5. That's the usual times. I'm not going to take the time to look, but I'm pretty sure that's right. There's not a lot to talk about today other than the fact that, University of Utah volleyball player, the best CCC libero in history, in my eyes, Kiley McMurtrey, and her sister, who's on the EOU volleyball team right now, the starting setter, Alexis McMurtrey, are my guests today. Let's just get right into it. Let's go. So, Kiley, let's start with you. That you're the older sister. I say that you're the best libero in CCC history. I don't think there's much argument there. You played your whole career at EOU, and then because of COVID circumstances, you were able to transfer to Utah and get a D1 experience. How's that been? What's it like?
It's awesome. I'm just like you said, I got all 4 years at Eastern and got like everything I wanted out of that. And so whatever I'm getting this year is just bonus, basically. And it's just really cool to kind of see, like, I mean, Utah's one of the top teams in the country. And so just to like see what it looks like at that level it's cool.
Yeah, it's one of the top teams in the country, in one of arguably the top conference in the country too. 5 Pac-12 teams ranked in the top 25, and I mean it's pretty consistently got 5 teams in the top 25. I remember seeing you this summer, and remember when I asked you about like the swag, like the gear. Is it what the difference? It's so different, huh?
So different. So in the athletic facilities, we're sponsored by Under Armour. And so we basically wear Under Armour all the time, and we have like our own, there's like an athlete weight room, and Under Armour only, whatever. And so because I moved here in June and started working out with the team all summer long, which is also different because at Eastern I usually got to go home for a few weeks, but I moved straight from Oregon to Utah. And so they gave me a whole bunch of stuff right off the bat, and that was just like the summer stuff. And then I got Christmas in August, like normal in the university. Like they posted about that on Instagram and everything.
It's crazy, man.
I've
heard that saying before. Christmas in August. Like it's just, you see like all the NCAA teams, they post like their swag. Like I've seen like full bedrooms just full of stuff, shoes and shirts and sweatshirts and warm-up suits, and that's one of the perks of D1. And then the food, oh my goodness, the food's just completely different, huh?
Yes.
It's hard to explain.
They feed us a lot. I will say that. So during fall camp, when we first came back, we stayed in the university hotel that they have, basically. And then we ate at the football complex with it, which is the dining hall just for athletes for that first 2 weeks. Yeah. So,
Alexis, what about you? Like, what is this? Are you a sophomore? I think like a true sophomore, right? Eligibility wise, though, a freshman.
It's my second year here, but technically I'm still a freshman because of the COVID year. Last year didn't count, so roster says I'm a freshman, but it's my second year.
And you're Kylie's little sister. What's the age difference between you two?
It's
3 years.
3 years.
3 years? Oh, I thought it was closer than that.
Most people do.
So, but you guys got to play one season together as teammates.
Yeah.
On the college level. Did you ever play in high school together? Like, were you a freshman when she was a senior?
Yeah, we were. And that was like by far my favorite year in high school too, which is why I was so excited that we got to do it again in college. And especially now that I'm a little older and can appreciate it when I'm not 14 anymore.
Yeah. So wait, you're a setter. Your sister's a libero. Libero is a defensive specialist for the people that don't know. Very first time I interviewed Kiley, I didn't even know what a libero was, as embarrassing as that is. And I love I love volleyball. I love just the game. Like I didn't understand it as well as I do now. But so you're a setter. Did you take that role kind of because your sister was obviously a libero and you you don't want to have two liberos on the same team. You had to find a role, right?
Yeah, I've been a setter since I was really little. I actually wanted to switch to a libero at one point playing club, and my coaches wouldn't let me.
Because you're too good
you
of a
can't.
setter.
We need you to be a setter. And so I've been doing that since I was in like elementary school, and I love it, and I've been doing that ever since. But
the setter is like, if I liken the setter to anything, it's like a point guard in basketball, right? You're dishing out assists, basically.
Yep.
That's cool. So your senior. Oh, you got something to say about it, Kiley? What about her being a setter?
The funny part about this is that I used to be a setter also. Until my sophomore year in high school, pretty much. And then I had some knee surgeries. Sophomore year, I played libero. Junior year, I had to set again. And then Lex came my senior year, so I could finally switch to libero, like, officially for the rest of time, because I don't like setting.
You don't like setting?
Oh, go on.
No.
We have EOU's new libero is pretty good, man. The girl that's playing libero now, she's young. Is she a true freshman?
Yeah.
That's crazy to come in and fill. I mean, that's big shoes to fill.
Big shoes.
Really big shoes. So Alexis, you go by what? Lex, is that what they call you?
Yeah, everybody calls me Lex.
Alexis is a lot of syllables.
Yeah, it's weird. The only people that call me that are my professors.
So we'll talk about EOU real quick. Right now, you guys are what, 6-4. You're on kind of a little funk when it comes to ranked teams. I mean, we were talking about that before. The last 4 ranked teams in a row that you guys have played, you've lost. You got to this weekend. We're coming up. We got Walla Walla and who else do we have? College of Idaho.
Lewis and Clark.
Oh no, Lewis and Clark. And neither of them are ranked. So I mean, I would imagine that this is going to be a weekend where you guys tune it up a little bit.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Last weekend we definitely learned some things that we can do better at and improve. So we're working towards getting better this week, and hopefully it shows on the court.
Yeah. I mean, you guys didn't look bad on Friday night against Bushnell. I mean, you started out a little slow, but you guys got it together. But then Saturday, it felt like you guys were kind of flat.
Yeah, it did. I agree. We're working on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all an experience, right? You aren't going to win every game, and we can't compare it to last season. Obviously, we lost 3 key seniors. We have new girls. We have different things going on. I mean, there's people in the stands now. Last year, most of the season there wasn't people in the stands. So I mean, we can't really compare it to last year. We can compare it to just this year, and I mean,
yeah.
It'll come together. So I follow social media. Your guys' mom was your coach
in high school, yeah.
Yeah, so she's always posting pictures of like all these girls that she's coached that are playing college volleyball. It's crazy.
Yeah, we were pretty lucky to, especially there were some really good ones right around my age. And Sade Williams, that's on the team, she also went to high school with us, so I played with her for 3 years. And then there was 2 more that were the same age as me that are playing in college now. And we were really lucky because we all got to play in high school together. And Kiley, we didn't get to play club with quite as much because she was a few years older. But
she's the old lady of the group.
Yeah, she was the grandma on that team. But that's okay. She kept us in line. But it was really fun, and we had a really special group of people that it helped to prepare us for college a lot too, I think, like playing at that high level. I talked to some of my teammates that came from programs that weren't very successful, and I know how big of a jump it is from high school to here, and we were like really competitive and good, and I can't even imagine coming from a small school that didn't care that much.
Yeah, it's a whole different level. And then we talked with Kiley, and it's like even a whole different level.
Yeah.
Like you're talking like everybody that, you know, like Sade is a perfect example. I always say, you know, if she was like 3 inches taller, she's a D1 hitter. There's no doubt about it. But everybody's that height that hits in at your level or taller. I mean, they're like all 6 foot and taller.
I think the shortest hitter on our team is 5'10".
Yeah.
That's the shortest one. Almost everybody's
crazy.
6 foot.
Do you feel small in the gym?
Like 6'2". Oh, I look tiny. I think I said this on the show last time, but when I walked into Eastern my freshman year, it was like Amanda Miller, Madison Garley, Leah, Isabel Statkis. Like those were tall girls, right? And I remember calling my mom on the phone and saying, "Mom, I'm a shrimp." And like I always felt little at Eastern, but it's like a whole different level of small. Like I just look tiny. I just like you see pictures of the team and
Yeah, wait until you play UCLA and you walk in and you see Tristan Savage. I mean, that
that's
girl's
true.
She hits the ball straight down.
Yeah. It's funny, me and some of the girls will come over to my house and we watch Kiley's games on the TV, and we always laugh. We're like, look, there's Kiley. You can't even see her because she's like 2 feet shorter than everybody.
She just kind of blink like it's the little dot on the screen.
Yeah.
So for Utah, Kiley, what like that level of play, like what's your goals? Like, are you just, I mean, obviously you're a competitor, you're going to put forth 100% effort, but what are your like personal goals this year as a member of that Utes volleyball team?
I think for me, like just like making the jump, this is like the dream, right? To be able to play volleyball at the highest level. So coming from Eastern, like I had the experience, have been the team leader. I've done everything I could have asked for, you know? So my real goal is just to like see how much I can improve in this short amount of time and like give whatever I can to the team. If I'm in a place where I can give something and contribute on the court, then that's great. But like, I just wanted to see personally, like how I measure up basically.
How did it come about? Like, I remember interviewing you last year and volleyball was over. You know what I mean? We talked and you know, it was your last year and you weren't going to come back for the COVID year and it was pretty much over. So how did it come about?
Well, I had to go to grad school basically. So I applied for grad school in January was when they were all due. I heard back in middle of March, and basically I reached out to all the schools I'd gotten into for school and just said, hey, this is who I am. I've already been accepted to your school. Is there any way like you might be looking for another player this year? And so after that had happened, a couple got back to me, and then they talked to Kaki, and I knew Utah was my first choice academically. And so then when the volleyball stuff all came together, it was like just dream come true. Meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. You're living the dream right now. There's no doubt about it. What I forgot, what are you going to grad school for?
Speech language pathology.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I interview a lot of people, so pardon, that, but I remember now. And yeah. Okay. So Lex, what are you going to school for?
I'm getting my undergrad in exercise science, but I want to go to grad school to be an optometrist.
You want to be an eye doctor?
Yeah.
You guys have the most interesting career choices, the two of you. Usually athletes are like, well, I want to be a teacher, or, I want to study exercise science, and then I want to be a physical therapist, or, or a business. Athletes love business majors, like everyone.
Yes, they do.
It's like probably 90% of your team's a business major.
We have a lot of elementary ed majors at Eastern too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a teaching school, so there's a lot of definitely that. I mean, it's crazy though. Like this whole EOU team, Kiley, all of those girls that are seniors are coming back.
It's crazy.
I mean,
it's crazy.
You see, your guys' era of college kids are going to be like 25 when they're done playing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Well, there's a girl on my team right now who redshirted 1 year and got the COVID year. Like she could be here like 6, maybe 7 years.
Like, yeah, that would be the Max McCullough of Utah.
Exactly.
Max is going to be like 30.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's going to have a doctorate by the time his eligibility is gone. All right, let's play a little game. You guys each have a piece of paper. Don't cheat, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you each a question, okay? You're gonna write down what you think your sister's answer is gonna be. Okay? So don't say your answer out loud. I'm gonna ask you 4 questions, okay? And then we're gonna go through them afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, write down what you think your sister's answer is gonna be. You ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Favorite pizza topping? Right? Don't say your answer. Just write down what you think your sister's answer is going to be. Ready? Favorite song of all time?
Oh, no. That's
I got nothing for that one.
You're just going to have to guess. Favorite song of all time? I would imagine it's some sort of like motivational, like sports song. If I had to guess, but who knows? Did you write it down, Kai?
No, I don't have an answer.
You got to pick one.
Oh gosh,
timer's running.
Okay.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Biggest pet peeve?
Oh, gosh,
like what drives your sister crazy?
This is funny.
I know what you're gonna put.
Yeah. This is an easy one.
All right, next one. Favorite word to use? You know how some people use like sick or rad or so what word does your sister use the most? Like what's her go-to word?
Oh gosh.
I should have had some Jeopardy music.
Oh gosh, I should know this one.
I feel like it's right there, but I can't think of it.
Take a guess because you're going to find out real soon. I mean,
are we supposed to be writing our answer too?
No, your answer.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, if you really want to write it down, you can.
Oh.
Got it?
No. Yes, I'll write one.
All right. Got them all?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with you, Lex. I'll ask you the question, and you give me your answer, and then Kylie, you tell me what you put. Ready?
Okay.
Favorite pizza topping, Lex?
Pepperoni.
Kylie,
Was that
what'd you
supposed to be
write?
my answer?
No, what'd you write
No.
for her?
Oh, I put just like meat in general. She likes meat lovers pizza.
One point for Kylie. Okay, Lex, I'm going to ask Kylie now. Your favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple.
Oh,
I
God.
got it.
You got it?
I knew
Oh,
you
we're
would.
tied 1-1. 1-1. All right, Lex. Favorite song of all time. What's your favorite song of all time?
Stones.
Kylie, what'd you put?
I didn't write that.
Not that.
Well, what'd you put, though? I want to know what you put.
I just put like rap music. I had absolutely
Country
nothing.
song.
I didn't know. I was like, well, sometimes she listens to country. Most of the time she listens to like rap music when she's at the gym.
Okay,
that one.
Kylie, what's
I'll
your
be
favorite
honest,
song of
no.
all time?
Oh, I didn't even come up with my own answer.
I should have sent these to you guys beforehand.
Dude, me neither.
Yes. I'm not a big music person, so I don't know like names of songs very well. I would say one of my favorite songs is I would pick a Disney song.
A Disney song? What'd you put down, Lex?
I put Lady May, but I was gonna put a song from Ariel, but I couldn't think of
I
the
play
name.
on the piano.
What? Like under the sea?
Under the sea. That's what I was trying to come up with.
Or what's the other
That was
one?
a bad question for us. Kiss
Okay.
the Girl is the one I can
Yeah,
play
that's
on
a
the piano.
Yeah.
that's a good. Hey, a lot of people know that. I mean, I know that song. I have siblings. I have kids, so I have siblings that are quite a bit younger than me. So I mean, that would have been a good one. All right, Lex. Pet peeve. What's your pet peeve?
Oh.
You gotta have a pet peeve. Everybody has a pet peeve.
I have a couple. When people leave dirty pans in the sink.
Oh, dang it.
What'd you put, Kai?
I said when people don't make decisions or like can't make plans.
I should have said that. That's worse.
That drives me nuts.
That's
too.
worse. That's Kylie for you.
Indecisiveness drives me crazy.
Yeah. Well,
all right,
don't
Kylie.
ever go on a vacation with Kylie.
What's your pet peeve, Kai?
Well, I know what Alex is gonna pick. So I'll say it. I'll say when Lex takes my clothes without asking.
It's not what I put.
It's not. I thought for sure you put that. The other one I'd say was when I can hear people chew.
That's what I put.
When you what?
When you can like hear somebody else chewing.
Oh, it's horrible.
Their food.
Yeah.
That was the other one. I thought you were gonna put the clothes one, Lex.
No, I put the
Those
chewing one. She gets mad. Like
it's horrible.
Mad.
In the studio, if the door is open to the studio to my office, I can hear the guys like they'll get lunch, and I'm always like, I'm so glad you got the small bag of chips today.
Yeah.
Like get through that thing as fast as possible, please, because I'm gonna pull my dang eyelashes out.
I don't know why, but when I'm not in a good mood, it just like amplifies it so much, and I'm like, I can't handle that.
She'd
right
probably
now.
like stand up and slam the door so she can't hear it anymore. She like won't say anything about it, but you know she's pissed.
Yeah. Nice. All right, so here's the last one. Lex, what's your favorite word to use? Like, what's your go-to word?
What do I say? I don't know.
Let's hear what Kylie had. What do you think it is, Kylie?
I said dude or bro.
I don't like that one.
All right, let's flip it then. Kylie, what's your go-to word?
I would have picked a curse word too, but
I can't
didn't
even
even write
imagine you
that.
cursing.
I put scrumptious.
Scrumptious?
Scrumptious?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, you say
I
it all
don't
the
say
time.
that. Mom
Yes, you
says
do.
that.
Oh yeah, she does. So do you. So do I. We all say it. You
So,
too.
That's a mom word.
Kylie, do you miss your EOU teammates? Like, did you go to the wedding? Did you go to Maddie's wedding?
I couldn't because I was here all summer,
Yeah,
and then I looked at flights and stuff, and it was just not very feasible.
Right. Is that one of the things that you miss the most about not
wish.
being in this area? Is like all your teammates and everything?
Yes. I knew I was going to get asked this question. I do miss my teammates a lot. But that being said, I also am getting along well with a lot of the girls here too.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been quite as hard as I thought it was going to be, I guess. I still watch Lexus's games online, and I'm like, oh, I wish I missed that, you know, like oh, I could have stayed there, you know, but then I'm also like I'm in the right place for me also. And it's not like I sit here and I like actively miss Eastern. It's just that like I will always miss that portion of my life.
Well, of course, and nobody would hold that against you if they did, they'd be crazy. I mean, that would be like a minor league baseball player saying that they want to play AA for the rest of their life when they had an opportunity to play in the big leagues. Yeah, and if anybody hated on that, well, they can just buzz off. Really. Lex, you guys have
Yeah.
home
I
games
will
again
say
this weekend.
They went to Alexis's house, watched the game as a team, and when they sent me the video of them all like cheering for me and whatever, it made my day. Like it was really cool.
Oh, go. Look at her. Yeah! Yeah! I know her. So cute. Oh my God.
So you guys travel tomorrow, Kylie?
Or
are you at home?
I think so.
You have a game Friday.
I think it is.
Weber State.
I'm at home.
Oh, you're at home?
We play
so
tomorrow.
Both of you guys are
Weber
at home.
State.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. And then Lex plays
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. I'm excited. Maybe I'll get to watch that game. Is that on what do you know what's it televised on?
Pac-12
We watch
network,
it on ESPN Plus.
3? ESPN Plus. Cool. Very cool.
I don't know. I usually just go to the schedule and click the watch button, and it doesn't even ask for a login most of the time.
Okay, cool. Well, ladies, I appreciate your time. Kylie, good luck. I appreciate you coming on. It's for the viewers, it's different to get a D1 athlete on. It's a whole process. Like EOU, I can just basically,
Yeah.
have whoever I want. But the D1 process is a little bit more involved, and I appreciate your time, Kylie. Lex, same thing. I'll be there. I'll be taking pictures, and I'm a huge fan of EOU volleyball and now Utah volleyball. I follow them now too and like everything they do. So it's just part of the thing. Ladies,
cool.
Have a
Thank
good
you
day.
so much.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, University of Utah. The athletics department. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kaki, for letting me have your players and trusting your players on my show. I appreciate that. Thank you, Kylie and Alexis, man. You guys killed it. It was fun. I look forward to following both of you, and best of luck to both of you. Tomorrow, LeGrand High School head football coach Rick McEmoe will join me. I'm excited about that. I want to hear about this Tiger football team. It's a great day to be a fighting Tiger. Like I said, Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto right here in LeGrand. Go visit them. If you got anything wrong with your car, if you need tires, they're trusted. JB is a big part of this community. He gives back. He does a lot in this community. So, one of the things that you can do for me to help support the show is go visit the sponsors. So go see Rockin' Sons Tire and Auto. Eastern Oregon. That's all I got for you on a Wednesday. Hump day. I appreciate you. I'm Doddsy, and I'm out.